So I let the dog out of the side of the car, and I jumped straight back in with the engine running, and I didn't look at her or anything. I could have quite easily been driving off. She paid no attention to it whatsoever. She just wandered off. I think she's too trusting. Well, no, she trusts me. But I'm looking now at that car. That car that's the same as what I bought, similar. It's an older model. But look, he's sat inside. He's obviously a taxi driver or somebody. And he's got his 2 doors wide open. And I bet he's like that forever, for hours. And he'll be having a sleep. Maybe listening to some music. He don't seem too concerned about his battery. I didn't sort out those silly alarms yet. I just found a way to turn them off. Before I was just stopping them, not turning them off. So, and I think the problem is they were turned on while I was driving, and I think that's like where it went badly wrong. They should have been completely off when I was driving, so that might have solved the problem right away. I haven't kind of bothered about those kind of problems. I just think all these problems, I'll sort them out as I've finished with the builders. I just want to get them to finish the building. Like, there's a couple of things they did on Friday that I want to change. And there's a couple of things on Friday we just didn't know how to do. But we get there. We get there in the end. So it's amazing. It's amazing. And I think that's going to be a very good value, that van. I wouldn't like to put a price on it yet. I'll have to do the calculation. But I'm expecting it to possibly be 2.5 million baht, which is 1 million baht more than the van cost itself. But I'm going to tell you, by making what I've made, it's expensive. It's very expensive. It doesn't feel expensive until you start to add it all up. And thank God I've got a deal, a sale, and I look like I've very much potentially got another good one. And that should, if I'm lucky, that will come this next week. But sometimes if I think it's good and I'm feeling good that a deal's coming, it probably won't. So, but I shouldn't keep jinxing myself. So a few more bits and pieces have arrived today to work on the van, to make it, to build it, etc. So that's going well. I think by Wednesday the building should be done. I have an awning, a big one, a 3-meter awning that will arrive, like I think Wednesday or Thursday, so they'll put that on. What else? The other things are all little bits and pieces. I've spent the main money. My new what's it called? Jackery battery arrived. I haven't seen it, but I've got the picture from my staff. So the Jackery is there. So that should be able to work for me, and that should be quite exciting. So I'm going to try to put it out with the solar panels, but I think it's full at the minute. I think they filled it. But I don't know if I said in my last video, the first one I ordered, I made a mistake and I cancelled it. The second one I ordered, it arrived, but it was broken, just wouldn't charge up. So, and then they sent me another one. So anyway, now today, that's arrived and it's working. Managed to get some more tablets for my my irritation, so I'm a bit better from that. And all my lips dry up, everything dries up, so I've got some lip balm. So things are a little bit better from that perspective. I'm so desperate to get a suntan. I'm as pale as anything. What else? Yeah, I'm just driving now. I got paid on my first real estate sale. I had a rental which I got paid on. this year, small one. But I got my first real estate sale where I got paid already. I keep thinking there's something else in the pipeline. It just doesn't happen. And I'm going now to show a client a villa, but I'm not too excited about that. But I'll show him, see what happens, and then I'll go back home. So there's a lot to show you on the van, but I feel like I don't want to show now until it's finished, or good enough to be finished. So we have to wait for that. So we've got things coming from Lazada that are going to come during this week, and hopefully by the end of Friday I'll be ready to go out. So I'll probably do a video tomorrow on what's in the what the van's looking like, because it's definitely improving all the time now, because we're reaching the decoration phase. So it makes a big difference when you start putting curtains and cushions and bedding and lights and that kind of thing. It's really going to come together now. I think this must be one of the last videos for a long time now that I will be doing in the car. I feel like I've really broke the back of the van now. We're literally a couple of days just finishing some of the build. After today it'll be mostly just about putting the rails in for the curtains, and then really most of the build is finished. Of course, like, I'm not sure whether to paint the van, some of the parts of the van, but I've decided I'm not doing that yet. I want to start using it and see, and then after using it for about a month, then I'm going to go to the transport department and hope and pray that I'm okay with the license from the transport department. Anyway, things are so much better now. I'm so much more relaxed. I've pretty much bought everything that I need to buy, at least for another 3 to 6 months, depending on how finances go. I've pretty much got everything. The things that I don't have, really don't need at all, and I'll only buy them. There's things you'll always need, you know. I'm going to need more electric and different things, but they're not needed now. I've got way more than what I planned to get, way more. I've gone way overboard in comparison to the original plan, and I've spent way more than the original plan. But I really, until Saturday now, so it's Wednesday today, I've got some bits arriving from online. A lot of them I've paid in advance, and some of them I have to pay when arrived. And then come, I think the very last day, Sunday or Monday, was the arrival of the last things, and then I'm done. And I've really seriously got to look at spending nothing. I've got to seriously hope and pray that I can do some business, because everybody I talk to say the business is dead. Worst time ever for me in years to put myself into this situation where the business is dead. So I've got to hope that I get stuck in now and turn it all around. I've got one client that we've been working on a while that's still looking very interesting, so I'm hoping next week we get him. And if we get him, that will give me, I don't know, another 3 months grace. So that will be fantastic. If we get him, that'll be absolutely brilliant. So yeah, so that's where I am with that. In fact, it'll give me 2 months grace. Yeah. So after this bit of a video now, 3-4 minutes, I'll be doing a video of where we are with the van. I've been kind of tempted not to show you at this point because it's not decorated, but I'm going to show you what it looks like today in this video, and then I won't do a video then for a couple of days, and hopefully by the end of the week or Saturday the villa should be looking it feels like a villa, the price it's costing me. The van then should be looking fantastic. and then hopefully, please, on Saturday, and worst case, Sunday, I'm out in the van. Yep, so we'll look forward to that. So this is the shade that goes on the side of the car. Can't think of the name now. It's a pull-out. I wanted an electric one, but it's too expensive. So maybe next year or later in the year, if I have a big deal and it goes well, I'll consider that. Now they're making the pieces for the curtains. So I'm still in a big mess here. Things are spreading out. All the stuff, the extension of stuff that we're not using anymore. Extension of jobs on houses. It's like building up. And when I've finished this, I'm going to have a total clear out. Won't be long. I think next week will be a week of clearing all this out, because I can't live with all this around me. All this wood's got to go. I don't need it. I don't want it hanging around. I'd rather get rid of it, and then if I have to buy some more later, because it just gets overwhelming. Just all gets too much. I don't even know what's in those boxes over there. So the car now, we're actually coming to the end. I think today is the last day for the internal build. I've still got what's it called, a big awning, a 3-meter awning that needs to be fitted up the side, and I've got solar panels which will be fitted on the top. I've got them, I bought them, they're just waiting to go on, but I've been waiting for this build to finish. So now we've got the inside. So we've got a couple of flip-up tables here, 2 sides. The inside now is looking pretty good actually. I'm not going to stain or paint the wood yet. I want to wait to see how I feel, what colours I want when it's all decorated. So like, I've got my little chair over there. I've got all these cupboards. You don't see many vans with all these cupboards. I might be able to put a fridge in one of them. I haven't made my mind up yet. I'm not buying anything else at the moment. My sink's in, but my tank's not in for the water, so nothing works, but it's in. My shelving's in there, my shelves. My toilets, so we're putting those 2 brackets that you see down there, they're to have like a pulley to pull the toilet out, so I don't have to try to drag it Then I've got this, that's part of my alarm on there. I'm going to have a few more pieces of wood going on there. And then the curtains are going up. So today the curtains are going up. Well, the poles are going up. That's the plan. So that's where I am, yeah. We changed the floor from the vinyl here, and the vinyl was going all the way through to the back, but we've changed that now because we want to put a pulley for the toilet. We've changed it for wood. We've taken the carpet out from underneath and put the wood in, and I think it's going to be better for when you're pulling boxes in and out. The vinyl's going to get ripped and torn and it's going to start working again. Yeah, so this part of the white part of the van that you see, you won't see that because it'll have the mattress in and the cover and everything. And this area at the top, we're not quite finished. A few more pieces of wood got to go up there. And then the curtain will start below that. So the curtains are going all the way around. So yeah, so because at the moment I cannot turn the chairs, and I can't see me being able to turn those chairs, to be honest. Probably in a few months when I've had time to settle and put more like thought into it. But it's not major. They've made me this seat. So this chair goes on top of the fold-up part. And I can sit on that, put a couple of cushions on it and sit on that. I can even drive with it because it's not affecting anything. It's just part of the pull down. And I can take it off. When I'm driving, I can take it off, just put it on the floor in the back and then put it back later. I see how I feel, how it goes. Got a big battery down in the front. So that's there. This we made to let the aircon come out because we took the ceiling out. This was a bit of a job trying to think how to do that, to be honest. Anyway, we got there in the end. It's not perfect, but it does the job. You know, it looks right and it feels right. It's not perfect, but I don't need perfect. I didn't plan it to be perfect, but the van in the end is a very expensive van. So the next thing is I've got some steps. One moment. I've got some steps that I can fasten into this part of the car, and you can stand on those to reach onto the roof from this side. So there's one can go here. There might be one can go there. I'm not sure if it will fit in between that door. I don't know how long the latch is. So at least I've got one place where I can, and then in the car doors you can do it as well. So you see here, this looks a bit silly because this, it lifts up with a bracket. Yeah, it lifts up with a bracket. Now we're going to have a piece of wood all the way across here, which also lifts the second time high. Because what we had before, it finished here, but then going in the boot was a bit of a nightmare because you couldn't see and you had to bend down. So we're having two parts to that. So that will look a lot different. I'm going to get the wood in a minute. So that might be finished today, I hope so. Now if you look at the car from a distance, you might be able to see that the right hand side is much more down. Lopsided, because all the cupboards, majority of the cupboards are on the right hand side and the big batteries on the right hand side. So I now know that I'm going to have to pile all the heavy stuff on the left hand side, looking at it from here. So I've got to work that one out because I don't want to be driving with it wonky. So all this mess here, it's not as bad as it looks, and I'm hoping by this time next week there's not one box, not one thing here. Maybe I have a couple boxes here that are things that sometimes I take and sometimes I don't take, but it's all got to be cleaned up because I can't stand it. It drives me mad. Yeah, and there's my trailer, which will go back. That's a piece of wood that I wasted another 1,000 baht on. But I have wasted money on things, but I've saved on a lot of things as well, just having these two young guys following what I want done, you know. So I'm doing all the ideas and they're just putting it together for me. So yeah, curtains are pretty much ready to go in. Carpet's ready to go in. So it's gonna, I'm hoping by the end of today, it looks a lot different, but we'll see. I'm going to go now and get that last piece of wood, I hope. And then we'll see where we are from that.